guys, welcome to this week's recap of The Amazing Race.
Alright, so we're in a different location. Deal with it.
Because we're on an amazing race. Not really. But anyway, episode 8.
They were in Rotterdam.
So you don't know what you're doing with your hands in this new location.
I know. I'm supposed to be on that side.
Whatever. So this week, they are flying to Krakow, Poland.
Alright, so this is also groundbreaking for the show. They get to book the flights on the go with the new app.
I guess they were promoting the app, right?
Product
It looked really
placement.
convenient. It looked super easy to use.
It looked a little dangerous. Slide to purchase.
Alright, so Justin and Diana, they've been ahead for a while now. And guess what? They're still ahead because they were the only ones on the earlier flight.
Everybody else was on the second flight. So they got to Krakow. And it's like, alright, go to the beach. But it's like this...
It's a swimming pool.
It's a swimming pool that looked like it was on a barge that was like...
It looks pretty awesome.
Tied up to a dock. It looked very refreshing.
Yeah, so one team member had to dive into the pool and get the clue at the bottom.
Alright, so it's a detour. It's either mine or music.
Ooh.
They both look pretty hard.
Yeah, so let's talk about mine first. So they had to go to this salt mine. It was like 700 years old.
Of course, they get all dressed up in the little miners' outfits.
I love the mechanism that they use to hold the clothing and then you like pull it down.
Alright, so they have to pick up a timber so that the ceiling doesn't crash in on their heads. Walk with that to where the piles of salt are. That didn't look like any salt that I would want to eat. It was like black.
It's like fresh.
Okay.
They have to do stuff to it.
They have to fill up a giant mine cart. That thing was huge, and it was very heavy when they were finished. And then they had to push it down like forever.
It was like they were living in a video game, like Donkey Kong or
like,
any of the ones when you're in a mine cart. I feel like there's
like
so many.
when Shrek went into the mine.
Yeah. Crazy.
Right. The music one seemed a little bit easier.
Well, let's talk about who did the mine one.
Justin and Diana did
Again,
it.
they were way ahead of everybody else.
She's claustrophobic, but she was like, oh, I can deal with this. And then the paparazzi also did that one. This is hard work.
Yes, Chris.
He's used to just pushing a button on a camera.
It's a really big shutter release button. Just push it.
And Josh and Tanner, they were actually having trouble getting a taxi. There was no taxi love in Poland.
It seemed like a lot of people were having issues getting taxis, but especially them.
They not only had a problem getting the taxi, they actually got lost and they went to the wrong spot.
They couldn't find the mine.
Bad day.
That sucks.
Alright, so the music part of the detour was you have to get a music lesson. You're going to accompany a violinist on a piano. Basically, you're doing this.
So one person's doing that. The other teammate has to go and collect money from the crowd. 100
zlotys.
Okay.
Alright, so...
Once they learned how to play the part, they had to push the piano to the performance site.
Which isn't... It was on big wheels. Come on.
But those pianos on cobblestones...
They were a little teeter-tottery.
They were all falling apart. It made me so sad.
Alright, well, the cheerleaders were having some issues. They were pushing their piano. It started falling apart. One of them hurt their hand.
Oh, my finger.
I don't know if I can play this anymore.
Alright, and they also had trouble getting tips. You would think,
You would think it'd be easy for them. I gotta say, those reporters, they were like in people's faces. They were like, give me that money.
There was, Joey.
The Joey.
I must tell you, the Joey, he went around and he was a real cougar magnet.
Yeah.
Mom of cougar magnet. The old ladies love him for some reason.
I don't know.
Probably because he looks like somebody wrapped him up in cellophane and put him in a closet
He's got
somewhere.
that, like, hairspray look, like the movie Hairspray.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, you know what he needs for Christmas?
What?
A speck of dust and a wrinkle, because he doesn't have it. Alright, so... James Earl, he was not doing too well with the tips, but there seemed like...
He was doing alright.
There was this rich girl walking around.
This one lady, she's just like, how much money do you need? How much money do you need to get out of here?
Yeah. And she gave him the rest of the money.
She did that to somebody else earlier, too. Like, girl,
yeah,
I need some money, too.
Yeah. Alright. Well, the next stop was the Oscar Schindler factory.
This was amazing. There wasn't like a task here.
No, it was more of a reflective thing.
They went on like a tour of the museum.
It was very interesting, I have to say. He saved over 1,000 Jews. It was crazy. They had all the names on the wall and everything. It was very touching, I have to say.
I wish we could have seen more of it.
I wish I could see it in person one day. It's really cool. All right, so after that, they have to go to the Jewish Quarter.
It's time for the roadblock.
Yo, we're going to the klezmer house.
All right. Who's ready to serve it
music.
up? Who doesn't?
I know, it's very catchy. You have to go and identify 7 Jewish delicacies.
Yeah, they gave you this order list with the dishes and the amount that they wanted.
You're gonna need 1 of these kamikazes. It was hamantaschen. Come on, I can't believe
you're acting like, oh, it's so simple. Like, everybody should know these dishes.
I'm not even Jewish, and I know all these. So you had to get your order ready, put it on a giant tray, and say, hey, maitre d',
can you check this? Do you want a fat-free cookie or a muffin?
Is this correct? All right, so the people were really having a tough time with it.
I mean, the smart thing to do, a couple people did this. Go out and, like, ask people, can I borrow your phone? Can I search for these items? Can I Google image search?
Can you tell me what this is?
Yeah, so most people did that.
Well, James Earl and the
Kelsey.
The Kelsey.
They worked together.
Yes. And the cheerleaders and the fans of the cheerleaders, Team Texas, also worked together.
Yeah. But
that's their weakness.
It was getting kind of scary because the cheerleaders and Team Texas were helping each other out, but they were the last 2 teams, so, like, somebody's going to have to be last.
That hurt my brain. All right, so once they got checked in, the actual pit stop was inside Klezmer House. And let me tell you,
it was a party.
They partied well into the night. All right, so arriving first, of course, were Justin and Diana.
3rd time in a row.
What? And it's more than that for first
the total,
place.
Yeah. That was the 3rd time in a row, though.
Right, so I think it's like 5th
I want to say 5th.
Yeah, so they won a trip to China, which looked awesome.
Yeah.
But Phil cautioned them, kids, there's a U-turn ahead.
Uh-oh.
All right, 2nd place, Kelsey and Joey. And 3rd place, Denise and James Earl.
Yeah, so they worked together, so they were pretty close.
All right, Logan and Chris got in there. They were happy that they weren't last because they were always fighting. So Tiffany and Krista and Josh and Tanner, they arrived pretty much at the same time.
Technically, the cheerleaders got there first because Team Texas was like, you know, you helped us, you go ahead.
Right. It reeked of non-elimination.
And it was.
Yup.
So next week, Josh and Tanner are going to have to perform a speed bump task at some point throughout the leg.
And, of course, that U-turn is looming in the distance. And they're going to have to do this all in India.
Crazy.
Tuk-tuk time.
Crazy. Where's Keith driving the tuk-tuk?
Another show. All right, it's also going to be some U-turn drama.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Let us know what you think in the comments. What side of the detour would you have done?
I would have done music for sure.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so let us know, and until next time,
much love.
Edit.